key performance indicators for your high-performance company. If you are the leader or a manager of a company that you want to be a high-performance company, there are so many ways that you can improve the culture and the people significantly. It's important to know what to be measuring, because what gets measured gets improved upon, and what you take feedback on, you can alter. So before we jump into what you should be thinking about measuring, check out the PDF. It gives you a whole range of information to help support this video, and it's always a great reference to come back to at a later date. Welcome to Culture Codex, where we help you put the humanity back in your company. What gets measured gets improved upon. This is not a new saying. This is standard because it's human psychology. What we're paying attention to, we tweak over time. But more importantly, what we continue to focus on is also what we value. So it's really important that if you want to build a company that has high value in thriving, happy, productive people that is achieving great results, you're looking at measuring things that aren't as simple as your dollars and the bottom line, because that is a great measurement for the accountant. It's a great measurement to see whether or not you are in the green in a happy company, but it isn't necessarily a sign of whether or not you're going to survive the next shake or the next thing that the world can throw at your company. So in this video, we're going to talk about some of the different areas that you could focus on creating key performance indicators. These aren't in detail. If you want details, jump into our big course. We do go into each one in far more detail, or have a chat with us and we will help you design a specific set just for you and your company. But here are some of the very interesting ways you can really look at measuring your success over time and your progress over time so that you can see whether or not you're going in the right direction. So there are two different areas that you really need to think about when you're thinking about KPIs, or rather three. There's individual performance, there's group performance, and then there's company performance. Each is slightly different. I would say we're going to talk about company performance in a very small amount of detail and talk more about the other two, because as a company, that is a much bigger set of KPIs and sometimes you get lost in all the detail. But let's have a look at how you should be measuring team members. So the first thing that you should be thinking about measuring is the efficiency of a team member. When you give them a task, can they find the problem solving or the skills that are necessary to create results in an efficient manner? Do they create results in a timely manner? And does it actually have quality? So those are two different things, the efficiency and the quality of the work that a single team member can produce. So if you're making sure that you are tracking people's efficiency and quality of work, you'll be able to find out, are some people not producing quality work, which is meaning that other people are having to go back and spend extra time and resources repeating the same piece of work, or even creating unnecessary work that is just ruining your sense of progress. You know, sometimes people are doing busy work that is entirely unnecessary, not helping you get to your goal. The next thing is, we know that you have teams, so each person should be getting feedback on, are they being helpful? Are they contributing? And that's not necessarily, are they contributing because you've told them to contribute? That's often, right, this person is volunteering services to this person. They're adding extra mentoring. They've taken people under their wing. They're happy to provide extra time grabbing coffees when you know there's a big meeting. They add that sense of community, because without people who are helpful, the team will drift off separately. And so they are people who are going to bind your group. Work-life balance. We talk a lot about work-life balance in the media and on blogs and social media. Work-life balance seems to be one of these big, tough things. But what it really does mean is, are your people going after the things that they're passionate about? And are they doing that inside the office and outside the office? And therefore, is their mental health in a perfectly healthy state? Passions are what nourish our soul, and we don't necessarily need to have huge amounts of variety in our work-life balance. But what we do need is to be getting things to nourish us from different sources so that if ever one falls down, there's others to support us. Going on from that, do your people know how to be inclusive and empower other team members? If they're taking all the power for themselves and not providing opportunity for voices to be heard in the group discussions, that is a person that you need to really think about how they're interacting with the rest of the crowd. Because the more everybody contributes and the more equal it is, the higher your likelihood of creating amazing results. So it's a terrible thing to miss out on all those extra bits of productivity, engagement, inquiry, those rabbit holes of investigation that you could possibly be going down because you have someone who's too dominant or who isn't empowering someone in the team. So it's very important you check on that one. What about applied learning? So many companies are training their people. What's really important, can people take that learning and apply it to something new? Can they reshape that learning? Can they take it on and really make it their own so that the company can then use it in a constructive manner? Lots of people take courses, but the question is, can that course help benefit that person's skills? And can that benefit to the individual be part of the benefit to the communal? There are two more. These are really, really key, and especially for leaders. The first one is, are you being timely in your decisiveness? Are you making smart, efficient decisions that you can act upon quickly? This is a big problem for a lot of companies. Dithering in leadership means that there's extra time and resources, and actually the lack of communication to the people who are underneath them or working with them creates a sense of distrust. And the more that that goes on, the more fractured the community becomes. So by being efficient in your decision making, you are securing more trust in your community, a stronger community, and not only that, you're getting faster results on whether or not that decision is a good one or not, and therefore you can pivot faster. Last but not least, the speed of innovation. How fast can you take a problem and create a solution? There are so many ways that you can adjust that issue. Lots of companies, whether you're a software company or a product company or a service company, aren't making the connection between innovating and speed. What you need to be doing is saying, there's a problem, we can find a solution, but that speed, that process can be fine-tuned in order to help people know what their jobs are in the innovation process, or to help get rid of unnecessary obstacles. You know, maybe you're sending people through hoops that aren't necessary at all in order to be more innovative. These are all just basic ideas of spaces that you can really be investigating and putting indicators in to measure whether or not your team has the possibility of being a high-performance team. And if you don't start measuring some of these things, you're never going to make the progress that you deserve to make in order to achieve those goals. So have a real think about all of these broad topics. And if you really do want to go further and understand what these KPIs could be, either jump into the website and have a look at our course. We do break these down singularly and go into great detail about what you could be doing, or have a chat with us and we will happily talk to you about what KPIs could be very applicable specifically to you rather than just here's a general overview. But I hope this has given you lots of food for thought and you've got a great understanding of other ways to measure your company instead of just looking at that bottom dollar. Have a wonderful day and I will see you in the next video.